Om Shanti. This is the Avyakt Murli of 12th of January, 1979. And the title is A Treasure Store of the Treasures of Happiness You Have Received from the Father, the Bestower of Blessings. Bapdada is pleased to see the fortune of the kingdom of the children. Compared to the rest of the world, you souls are so elevated. You souls are so full of all treasures. Because of the praise of the fullness of you elevated souls, this place is also constantly praised. Even now, at the end, this land of Bharat is praised even abroad as a great land. This place is important because of you great living souls. Even today, people's vision goes towards Bharat for spiritual treasures. Bharat may be considered poor in terms of physical wealth, but in terms of spiritual treasures and the treasures of imperishable peace, happiness, and power, it is considered to be the wealthiest of all. So this place is praised because of your completely full stage at the confluence age. You become so full of these treasures that these treasures you have attained continued for half the cycle. You accumulate so many treasures that you continue to eat from those for many births. At no other time of the cycle can anyone become like this. Because the confluence age is the smallest of all ages, it has the shortest duration. To the extent that this is your short life and short age, accordingly, the income you earn at this time is the most elevated. Are you constantly aware of your treasures? Are you aware of what treasures you have received, from whom you have received them, and for how long they are going to last? The Father has given everyone the same treasures. He hasn't given 100,000-fold to some and 1,000-fold to others. All of you children have received unlimited, infinite treasures from the Father. Do you constantly consider yourselves to be fully satisfied souls with these infinite treasures? Satisfied souls would see the Father and the treasures in front of them. They constantly dance in the intoxication of having found the greatest treasures of all. Other souls try to attain these treasures through various methods and yet remain deprived of them. What are these treasures that you have found? What treasures do the people of the world want today? Treasures for which they wander from place to place. You souls have not only acquired these treasures for the present time, but you have also accumulated them for many births. What are these treasures you have found? The greatest treasures of all is the treasure of happiness. People are desperate to experience this happiness, whereas all of you are constantly dancing in this happiness. In your memorials, too, people have portrayed you in a pose of happiness. Do you remember your image? From Amrit Vela onwards, use this treasure of happiness. Think about it and talk to yourself about it. Who appears in front of you as soon as you open your eyes? With whom do you celebrate a meeting? First of all, in your thoughts. You celebrate a meeting with the Creator of the world, the bestower of all treasures, the bestower of all blessings, and the seed in whom the whole tree is latent. All other souls become beggars and follow many difficult paths simply with the desire to have 1 second's glimpse of the Father, whereas you, elevated souls, have a right to the elevated treasure of experiencing a meeting with the Father in all relationships. The foremost happiness is at Amrit Vela, when you celebrate meeting the Father in all relationships. Souls of the world are beggars, whereas you are His children. Can there be any greater happiness than this? So use this treasure of happiness from Amrit Vela onwards. The key to the treasure store is to use these treasures in your lives. The second treasure of happiness: you are the long lost and now found elevated souls whom God Himself comes from the supreme abode to teach. He doesn't come from London or America. He comes from beyond this physical world, from a place where scientists couldn't even dream of going to. He comes from the supreme abode especially to teach you. Moreover, He doesn't even charge you any fees. In fact, He Himself doesn't claim the reward of this study, which is the self-sovereignty of heaven, but gives it to you. Can there be anything of greater happiness than this? Use these treasures with this awareness. Now, let us move on. You carry out your work while playing the part of a karma yogi, that is, one who does everything in the Father's company. At the time when you are doing some karma yoga, whether it is lokic or alokic, the Almighty Authority is fulfilling His responsibility to you at every moment as your friend. You will never find such a friend again. Sometimes He fulfills His responsibility in the form of your friend, and sometimes in the form of your combined partner. He does this in His unique form of your partner and constantly tells you, "Give me all your burdens and you will remain constantly light." Whenever you have anything difficult to do, surrender to me, and the difficulty will become easy. In playing your part of a karma yogi, use the treasure of His companionship and have the happiness of His constant company. Now let us move on. When you become free from all your business activities, you have the greatest form of enjoyment. Whatever you enjoy doing it, be it going out, seeing things, studying, adorning yourself, dancing, or having a heart-to-heart conversation. Whatever it is you enjoy doing, you have all the means of having all types of enjoyment. If you want to see something, then look at the heaven or the greatness of the confluence age. Watch the drama of the alokik story of your task and the Father's task. If you want to take a tour, tour the 3 worlds. If you want to adorn yourself, then adorn yourself with the details of every virtue. If you want to watch a drama, watch the drama of 5,000 years. If you want to study history, study the history of your births. If you want to have a heart-to-heart conversation, Then talk as a spirit to your Creator, the Father of the spirits. What else do you want? By using all these means, keep yourself constantly happy. That is, use these treasures. After preparing food and before eating it, you first have to offer it to Baba. You first of all have to make Baba, the most beloved, accepted. Prepare food in the awareness of whom it is you are going to feed. In today's world, if the president or prime minister were to come to you for dinner, you would become so happy. However, compared to the Father, what are they? The Father constantly dines with you. Poor devotees become tired from ringing bell again and again. While calling out to him, they even forget him. However, the Father has promised you, his children, that he is always be with you. Baba eats with you and sits with you. What greater happiness than this could you want? At meal times, remember the slogan, I eat with you alone. Use this treasure of happiness in this way. Now carry on from here. It is now the end of the day. The night has come. What do you do at night? Before you go to sleep, you share your news of the whole day with him, either in the combined form or in his form of your Father. Give him today's news and take inspirations for the next day's elevated thoughts and deeds. To exchange all the news means to become light. Just as you go to sleep at night in a loose-fitting dress, so too, make your intellect light by wearing a light dress. Get ready in this way and go to sleep with Baba. Don't go to sleep alone. When you are alone, Maya takes that chance. Therefore, remain constantly with Baba. When you are alone, you can be afraid, but you can also become fearless. You will remain fearless, and Maya will become afraid. So use the treasure of the happiness of his constant company throughout the night. Now tell me, can you elevated souls, who have all the elevated treasures of happiness, ever become unhappy throughout the day? Or can such souls be attracted to any other form of entertainment or any temporary treasure? You are the elevated souls who are completely full. Even today, just by hearing your name, your devotee souls experience so much happiness. When they see your non-living idols, they begin to dance in happiness. You all have the fortune of such happiness. You have received plenty of treasures. Now, simply use them. Use the key. Sometimes, although you have been given the key, you are unable to find it at the right time. You have misplaced it. Therefore, keep it constantly in front of you. Constantly keep it in your awareness. Refresh your memory again and again as to what treasures you have received and what key you have to unlock them. Put into practice everything you have been told for every type of act. That is, put what you know into practice. Do you understand what you have to do? Acha. To the souls who are always completely full of all treasures, to those who fulfill the responsibility of every relationship with the Father, to those who constantly experience the Father to be their companion, to those who are fearless in front of Maya, to such fully satisfied souls, to the souls who are the masters of all treasures, Bapdada's love, remembrance, and Namaste. Bapdada Meeting Groups, Karnataka Zone. 1. Is your complete angelic form of the previous cycle constantly in front of you? Do you experience yourselves to have been angels in the previous cycle and angels at this time too? An angel means one who has all relationships with the one Father. Do you experience belonging to the one Father and none other? Or do other relationships also come into your awareness? Those who have all relationships with the one Father would experience all other relationships to be just in the name. They would be constantly dancing in happiness. They would never experience tiredness. Those who have the stage of being equal to the Father would be tireless. They would never become tired. They would be constantly, deeply absorbed in love of the Father and service. So is each of you a destroyer of obstacles? Or is there sometimes love and sometimes obstacles at the same time? You don't come to a halt when obstacles come, do you? Obstacles have come every cycle, and you have become destroyers of those obstacles every cycle. What is the difficulty for those who have been experienced in every cycle to simply repeat? Always remain aware that you have been victorious every cycle. You have done everything many times and are now simply repeating it. So, you should be an easy yogi. You have now completed the complaint of, what can I do? How can I do this? All the complaints of such complete souls finish. To become full means to become content. The reason for becoming discontented is a lack of some attainment. It is the lack of some attainment that gives birth to discontentment. The praise that is sung for the deities, nothing is lacking in their treasure store, does not apply to the deities. It is the praise of you Brahmins. A master almighty authority means one who has become completely full. As is your aim, so should be your qualifications. If you have an aim, but your qualifications are not according to that aim, if you have the aim of becoming perfect and you lack something in your dharana, that is, in your practice, there is then a difference. Is there not? Acha. All of you are constantly laughing. You don't cry, do you? Those who cry cannot become the Father's partners. What can I do? I want to do this, but these people are stopping me. Help me, bless me. This too is crying. How can the Father take back with him those who cry in this way? In order for you children to go back with him, you have to become the same as the Father. You have to become equal to the Father. Whatever act you perform, first check whether it is the same as the Father's. If it isn't, what he would do, then cut it there and then do not carry on. If anything you do is not elevated, but just ordinary, then change it and make it elevated. In this way, you will become completely full and equal to the Father. The way to claim blessings from everyone is to serve. Does each of you perform every act while considering yourself to be cooperative with the Father and a world benefactor? When you have the aim of being world benefactor, nothing you do would cause damage or be unbeneficial. As is your occupation, so should be your dharana. When you constantly remember your occupation, you will become merciful and a great donor. When you take every step in the awareness and attitude of being a benefactor for the self and a world benefactor, you will enable others to do the same. Only when you take every step as a benefactor for yourself can there be benefit for the world. Constantly remember that you are carrying out this task as an instrument. Finish the consciousness of mind and remember that you are just an instrument. By serving in this way, you will automatically remember the Father. The more service you do, the more blessings you will receive from all the other souls of the world, and the more good wishes you will receive from them. Acha, blessing, may you be free from any bondage of karma and remain constantly attracted to the One by making the One Father your world. Constantly stay in the experience of belonging to the One Father and none other. Only the One Father is your world. There is no other attraction or bondage of karma. There should be no bondage of even any of your weeks and scars. If you have the right of mind over anyone, then there will definitely be anger or ego. This too is a bondage of karma. However, when you have the awareness that Baba is your world, then all other things of mine become merged in my Baba, and you easily become free from all karmic bondages. Slogan: a great soul is one whose vision and attitude is unlimited. Om Shanti.